Hi, welcome to today's session on gut health and gut food, homemade yogurt. My name is Yang Hun, health coach partnering with New Life. It is indeed a joy and delight for me to share with you this topic that is very close to my heart because this is the foundation upon which I embark on my journey to rebuild my health from breast cancer surgery almost 4 years ago. In this 1 hour, I will be sharing with you why a clean gut is so critical to our health, as well as I will show you a very simple way to make your own yogurt, because yogurt is such an effective gut health food. By the end of this session, I hope that you will be motivated and encouraged to take the steps towards caring for your gut and making your own homemade yogurt. I would like to share that the information presented here is for educational purpose only. This is not a prescription for self-diagnosis or self-medication. Please consult your physician regarding the application of any opinion and recommendation with respect to your symptoms or medical conditions. Gut health. Almost 2,000 years ago, Hippocrates, an ancient Greek physician, well known as the father of medicine, said that all diseases begin in the gut. Well, his wisdom has stood the test of time. Today, studies have shown that 99% of our chronic illnesses, and that includes diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, arthritis, etc., and cancer as well, and so-called so many incurable diseases have their root cause in our gut. Now, what can we do about this? Well, the good news is that this means that health can start in the gut too. Another famous quote from Hippocrates says that, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." So you see, our gut health can be our pathway to disease, or it can be our pathway to health. Which one would you choose? It's a no-brainer, right? Well, knowledge is one thing. Application is another thing. And we need to know why and how, which is what I'm going to go through now. If you look at our gastrointestinal or GI tract, pull it all apart and lay it down side by side, this picture will show you exactly how long it is. Our gastrointestinal tract is the longest and largest system in our body. It starts from the mouth here, all the way down to the anus. So as you can see, it's the length of your height times 6, and that is about 30 feet long. And the total surface area is nearly 6,000 square feet, and that means the area of almost 2 tennis courts. Can you imagine that? Now, whatever food that you put into your mouth and swallow will go through this whole 30 feet of your GI tract. So the next time that you put food in the mouth, think about what the food will go through. The food will go down to the esophagus, down to the stomach to be digested, and it will be partly digested by the gastric and enzymes here, and then it will travel down to the small intestine here. You look at the small intestine, it's almost 20 feet long. And along the whole tract of the small intestine, there are small finger-like projections called villi that will absorb the nutrients from the food and distribute to the bloodstream, and the nutrients will then be distributed to all parts of the body where they are needed. Undigested matter will then go down to the large intestine here, which is our colon, and the colon here is around 5 feet long. Water will be absorbed here as well as remaining nutrients, and the waste matter will be emptied into the rectum here before being defecated through the anus. Now, think about it. Whatever that we eat, if the waste matter did not evacuate on time, what do you think will happen? Now, let's take a look at what is in our large intestine when that happens. So just now from the colonoscopy video, you can see what a clean colon looks like. And also the common trait that is among all the people with health conditions. What you can see is that their colon is very unclean. There is a lot of impacted fecal matter or waste matter plastered to the wall of the intestines. And you can even see live worms crawling in there. That is because an unclean colon is a breeding ground for parasites and bad bacteria. You can see from this picture the example of two people that have parasite or tapeworm infection. The first one is from a 30-year-old man who likes to eat raw sashimi daily. And what he gets is a long tapeworm as long as 5 feet long in his large intestine being passed out. And the right picture is that of a teenager who had tapeworm infection from infected pork, and that actually cost him his life. So that is the impact of an unclean colon at its extreme. This pictorial shows the comparison between a normal healthy colon and the inside of a clogged, unclean, constipated colon. The picture on the left shows a normal healthy colon that is very clean because there is no impacted waste matter lining the walls of the colon. And in the center, there is a lot of room for fecal matter to move through. And this is exactly the clean colon of a newborn baby. So in newborn baby, you will observe that they drink milk and then they poo almost after every meal of their milk drink. Now, over time, as we grow up, we take in all kinds of food. And the food we take in may not be so digestible and cause our system to be sluggish in eliminating the waste. Now, what happens when the waste matter builds up? It's not passed out on time and it builds up. It gets plastered to the wall as shown in the picture on the right-hand side. The layer that gets plastered to the wall is waste matter, impacted waste matter, and what we call encrustations. The layer of encrustations will get thicker and thicker. However, there's still room at the center for fecal matter to move through. Thus, we are still able to move our bowels. However, that does not mean that we have a clean colon and thus we are healthy. You can see that waste matter from food that is not digested can be there for months and even years. Even from the vacation that you had many years ago, it can still be stuck at the colon wall, putrefying and fermenting and creating a lot of bad bacteria that feeds on it. And thus begins the process of auto-intoxication when the toxins from the impacted waste matter gets absorbed back into the bloodstream. This shows the cycle of auto-intoxication. Now, toxins and waste enter the intestines to be eliminated. However, with a sluggish system of elimination, we have constipation, and thus this causes the encrustations to build up, and bad bacteria will breed, give off gases that causes toxins and get absorbed back through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. This is when toxins enter the blood and go around, circulate in our body. From there, the toxins will then enter into the intestine to be eliminated again. And thus, you can see that the whole cycle repeats and is never ending as long as the layer of encrustations are still there. Over time, as more and more encrustations build up, this will cause more toxins to be circulated throughout our body. And no matter what tonic you take in, the nutrients are not be able to absorb properly. And that is how we end up with a weakened immune system, and we will get all kinds of problems like headaches and migraines. And as time goes on, when the whole immune system is broken down, A to Z diseases will start to manifest. These are the many health problems that we can experience due to the encrustations fermenting in our gut. Bad breath, fatigue. Do you experience this? Skin problems, weight problems, mental fog. In fact, when our whole system is affected, we have digestive diseases like IBS, IBD, liver problems, and in serious cases, increased risk of cancer. So you see, early death begins in the gut. Are we living shorter and dying longer? Let's look at this colon chart and you will understand how A to Z diseases can arise from encrustations stuck in our intestinal lining. Our gut does not just hang by itself. This is the large intestine. It is connected to different glands and organs of our body through a network of nerves. As you can see, these are the different parts that the large intestine is connected to. So for example, if you frequently have respiratory problems like bronchitis or throat infections, it means that the transverse part of this colon is clogged up with encrustation. If you have liver or gallbladder issues, it means that this corner here is clogged up. And as for people with mammary glands issue, with women problem, you will find that the root cause is actually encrustations in this part where the mammary glands are connected. And when there are excessive encrustation accumulated there, this will cause a lot of fermentation in the area of the mammary glands, causing the lymph glands in the area of the breast to collect waste matter. And that will manifest in the form of breast cysts, breast fibroids, tumors, and even cancer. So even if we take away the lump, take away the fibroid, or even take away the whole breast, it does not solve the root cause of the problem if we do not remove the encrustation stuck in our intestinal tract. So with this knowledge, I hope you can be empowered to know that be it whatever health conditions you have, if you clean your gut, you can get well from A to Z diseases. This picture shows the development of colon cancer. Colon cancer is a direct impact of our diet fermenting in our colon, and it is really highly preventable. Over time, as there are more incrustations, the colon gets more constipated and can become severely distorted. And that is when these various colon conditions can occur, like colitis, diverticulous spasm, and stricture. And on the right is the picture of a very severe case of a woman who died because her colon is just entirely distorted with only a small opening left for her bowel movement to move through. So as you can see, constipation is really the root cause of an unclean colon. How do we know that we are constipated? If I were to tell you that most of us, if not all of us, are constipated, you will think, how is that so? I move my bowel every day. Well, the biological fact is that whenever we fail to eliminate 10 to 14 hours after each meal, that means that we are constipated. That means that as long as we have 2 full meals a day, we should have 2 bowel movements, and 3 full meals a day means 3 bowel movements. Do we have that every day? So it does not mean that if we have a 1 bowel movement a day, or even 1 in 2 days or 3 days, it is okay. It is really not okay. What are the causes of constipation? The culprit really lies a lot on our diet as well as on our lifestyle. First of all, when we have an unwholesome diet, which is typically what we Asians like to eat, a lot of whites, the 5 notorious white rice, white flour, white sugar, white salt, and white milk, that is inorganic milk. Now, these are the food that is lacking in fiber, lacking in nutrients, stripped of all nutrients, and when the food is highly fried, it's full of bad fats, and we eat food that is laden with pesticide and chemicals and genetically modified food too. That means that our gut, our intestine are not able to absorb nutrients for our body to repair and to thrive. And we also tend to take in excessively a lot of meat, which is very hard to digest and takes a long time to be digested and eliminated. In addition, we eat a lot of cooked food, and thereby our diet is really low in enzymes. We do not take in enough fruits and vegetables, so our diet is low in phytonutrients as well as friendly bacteria. And in today's lifestyle, we tend to have a sedentary lifestyle whereby we do not exercise a lot, and in our busyness of our life, we also tend not to hydrate enough. We tend not to drink enough pure water, and we also like to take medication as a quick remedy whenever we feel a minor discomfort. Medications such as antibiotics actually kill the good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria, and drugs actually also disrupt the balance of good bacteria in our intestines, thereby lowering our immune system and causing constipation. Now let's look at the friendly bacteria that is in our intestines. They actually play a critical role in guarding the condition of our gut health. In effect, they are our security and defense troopers. and they communicate frequently with our immune cell to warn them of any enemy virus or bacteria attacking our body system. This whole army of bacteria is called the gut flora in our intestines. And typically we have around 100 trillion intestinal flora in our gut. There are two main groups: lactobacillus that is found in our small intestines, and bifidobacteria that is primarily in our large intestine, our colon. And they perform a host of functions. We really cannot survive without them because they defend against pathogenic bacteria and keep harmful bacteria levels in check. And they also play a critical role in the digestion of food and manufacturing vital nutrients such as vitamin K and vitamin B that is necessary for our mental and nervous system. Importantly, it also prevents cancer-causing chemicals from forming, and it helps in digestion of proteins, absorption of minerals, and in the peristaltic movement of our large intestine for bowel movement. However, with age, our supply of gut flora friendly bacteria actually decreases. Every one of us is born with a fixed amount. And as we age, with our unwholesome diet and with our unhealthy and stressful lifestyle, our friendly gut flora actually decreases. And that is when dysbiosis will happen. And this is the condition whereby harmful bacteria overrides the friendly bacteria. And we are easily overcome by diseases. Remember, 2/3 of our immune system is in our gut, and that is guarded by our friendly bacteria in our intestines. This is what we have seen so far. The problem of poor elimination cycle in our body system. Waste retention starts from a sluggish system and thereby build-up of encrustations, bad bacteria, and depleting good bacteria. And this means that toxins are circulated back into the bloodstream, and this is the condition called toxemia. And instead of nutrients, toxins are absorbed by the body, and that causes nutritional deficiency. And because our body cells did not get the nutrients that it needs, it gives us a signal that we are hungry and we need to eat more. However, we continue to take in the wrong type of food without nutrients, and instead causes constipation, and the whole cycle then repeats again. And it will not go off unless we take the action to eat the right food and to remove the encrustations from our intestines. How do we get back on the health track? We need to recalibrate our diet and lifestyle. Let's look at what is a wholesome diet. We need to eat whole, fresh, unprocessed food that is nutrient dense and digestive friendly. 70 to 75% vegetables and fruits, 10 to 15% digestible proteins, 10% whole grains. Include healthy fats and fermented food with lots of probiotics. We also need to include enzymes-rich food, because enzymes are what is needed for every chemical reaction in our body for our vitamins and our hormones to be balanced and work in our body system. We need to avoid deep fried food, processed food, food with artificial colorings, flavorings, preservatives, and so on. We need to avoid the 5 deadly whites, as I mentioned earlier. And we need a lot of hydration by drinking a lot of pure, clean water so that we can do a proper detoxification. Say no to sweetener, sweet drinks, energy drinks. Say no to bubble tea. The pearls in the bubble are exceptionally harmful to our body. We need to limit caffeine. We need to limit alcohol. And as we eat, we need to chew our food well. and we need to learn to take natural remedies for our common ailments instead of popping medication. It's also good to take a good quality probiotic supplement and take digestive enzyme when needed. Exercise, move, and have enough rest and sleep. Having taken action in our diet and lifestyle, that will be an improvement. But remember the encrustations that are still stuck in our intestines. What then can we do about it? I'm happy to share with you that New Life has a very effective and simple solution to clean up the encrustations in our intestinal wall. It is by ensuring these three conditions to maintain a healthy GI tract. First of all, Herbal Cleanse is more than a fiber to help in bowel movement. It can actually help to clean up and remove the encrustations stuck in our GI tract. And then we have Immuflora, a very potent and effective probiotics with prebiotics that helps to populate our GI tract with a lot of friendly bacteria. Next, for nourishing our GI tract with essential nutrients, we have enzyme-rich foods, mineral and enzyme-rich food like our raw honey and apple cider vinegar, and vitamin C as well. There are many fiber supplements available out there in the market, but I want to present to you what is so special about New Life Herbal Cleanse Powder. You can see from here that there are 5 ingredients put all together. First of all, it has psyllium husk, that is a dietary fiber. This is the one that helps to pull out the encrustations from our intestines. And we have apopectin in there that helps to clean out heavy metal toxins. Butcher's broom, it helps to reduce inflammation as well as hemorrhoids. Bentonite USP grade clay is able to absorb toxins, pathogenic viruses, bacteria, and parasites. Cellulose is able to promote the binding of toxic minerals such as lead, cadmium, and mercury, as well as improve the peristaltic movement of our intestine. So you can see, Herbal Cleanse is really much more than a fiber. It can remove the accumulated encrustations down to the gluey layers that cover the villi of the small intestine. This is very important because only then can our villi absorb maximum nutrients from the food that we eat. On top of that, you can find that as you take Herbal Cleanse, your bowel movement becomes smoother and more. And your blood cholesterol, sugar level will start to normalize as well. This is what you can expect to see if you do a full GI detox with Herbal Cleanse. The picture on the top is a lady with uterus problem. The picture below is that of a woman who is highly constipated. She actually has to persist with 21 days of colon cleansing before she's able to get out her encrustations. And that is 3 newspaper size of encrustation. After passing all this out, her tummy literally flattened. Let's look at Immuflora, New Life's probiotics with prebiotic supplement. It comes with 10 billion Bifidobacterium longum, that is a bacteria for our large intestine, and 1 billion Lactobacillus acidophilus for our small intestine. What is important is also that we have 200 milligrams of fructooligosaccharides, and that is the prebiotics that helps to provide food for the probiotics to multiply. Thereby, by taking in Immuflora, you are really pumping up a lot of friendly bacteria to boost up the immune system of your body. Immuflora is resistant to stomach acids because of its technological breakthrough. Those who are familiar with Immuflora, you will know that it is really very effective for stomach conditions, especially when you experience bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, etc. For me, I will definitely bring 2 sachets of Immuflora with me wherever I go, and especially when I travel. That is when we are more susceptible to food poisoning because of unfamiliar food that we eat. In terms of diarrhea and food poisoning, take in Immuflora regularly, 2 to 3, as regularly as every 2 hourly until the food poisoning and diarrhea subsides. And for those with skin issues like acne and eczema, they also find that taking Immuflora help them to clear up their skin well. After cleaning up our intestines, we also need to nourish our GI tract with essential nutrients. That is when vitamin C complex comes in. You may wonder, why do we need vitamin C complex in colon health? Well, that is because vitamin C is needed to generate collagen, and collagen is necessary for our intestinal wall to be strengthened, to have its peristaltic movement, to move bowel smoothly. Not all vitamin C are the same. New Life's Nature's Gift C complex comes with mega potencies of bioflavonoids. Without bioflavonoids, vitamin C cannot work on its own to realize all the benefits that are listed here. Vitamin C is also water soluble, which means that at any one point when you take it in, after 30 minutes of absorption, whatever is in excess will be excreted out through the urine. So it's important to take a time release, sustained release system kind of vitamin C. And New Life vitamin C is exactly that. It's 100% natural and it's sustained release, which means that it provides us with 40% better utilization rate, slowly releasing vitamin C over 8-hour period. And every tablet of C complex contains 1000 milligrams of vitamin C, and that is equivalent to 18 oranges. 1000 milligrams is the daily supplementation that we need to maintain and to have an effective immune system. Another source of nutrients is from New Life Pure Raw Honey. It is highly nutritious because it has at least 165 identifiable nutrients in there, and that includes phytonutrients, antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, as well as enzymes. Thus, it highly helps in digestion, as well as it hinders the growth of harmful bacteria in the intestines. It can be used as a sweetener to replace sugar because it does not ferment in the stomach like sugar. Thus, it contributes to a healthy GI tract. Again, not all raw honey are the same. For me, my personal choice is New Life Pure Raw Honey. That is because it's sourced from a trusted source from New Zealand, known for its pure, clean, nuclear-free environment. And it's 100% pure, it's untreated, unheated, unprocessed. Therefore, all the enzymes are intact in there. And you can be sure that it's free from insecticides and pesticides. It's free from artificial sugars and fillers that are commonly out there in commercial honey to preserve the honey. Those who are familiar with New Life Pure Raw Honey will know that at different times of the year when they purchase, they actually see different textures of honey, thereby showing that it's really natural and pure. And you can even see bee pollen in there. The other nutrient-dense food for our intestine is apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is indeed humble but mighty because it is not a costly item, but yet it has a host of health benefits. It helps to combat against constipation. It helps to rid the body of toxic waste. It helps in the digestion, assimilation, and elimination of the food that we take in. It helps to regulate our body metabolism. and it is anti-aging as well. New Life's pure raw honey is sourced from New Zealand, pure, clean, and nuclear-free environment. It's brewed naturally from 100% fresh, wholesome, sun-drenched, and organically grown tree-ripened Nelson apples. It's certified organic. It is unfiltered, untreated, unpasteurized, and undiluted. Of course, it has no artificial colors, flavoring, preservative, and chemical. You can even see the mother culture that is at the bottom of the apple cider vinegar. This is a colony of active enzymes and friendly bacteria that helps in our GI health. So far, we have seen why GI cleansing is necessary. I hope that you know by now that having daily bowel movement doesn't equate to a healthy gut. And we also know that all diseases start in the gut. Thus, in New Life, we teach people how to cleanse our intestinal tract with GI Health Plus. How do we do this? First of all, we need to take in probiotics, that is Immuflora, 1 sachet on an empty stomach in the morning. Next, we take in the cleansing drink, which consists of 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of raw honey, and 1 heaped teaspoon of herbal cleanse, put into 1 cup of distilled water, shake or stir, and drink immediately. After the first cleansing drink, it is important to follow with another honey guard drink. By honey guard drink, what I meant is 1 teaspoon raw apple cider vinegar plus 1 teaspoon raw honey with 1 cup of water. And then, after the cleansing drink, 45 minutes later, you can take in your meal. And after meal, you can take in vitamin C complex. It's just simple steps as this. There are 2 ways of taking in GI Health Plus. You can do a thorough cleanup of your GI tract by doing a 7-day gut detox. And that is when you take 4 times of cleansing drink 1 and drink 2, 4 times daily for 7 days. And in each day, you still take in 1 sachet of Immuflora and 1 C complex. The other way of taking is a daily maintenance, whereby you take in drink 1 and drink 2 once or twice a day. Twice a day is recommended for daily maintenance to be more effective. That is when you clean up your colon on a daily basis. As for me personally, I have done both. I've done a proper cleanup of my GI tract, doing a 7-day gut detox, and thereafter maintain a clean gut with 2 times cleansing drink a day. And with that, I find that I have better energy, more mental clarity, and I have good blood work and health reports. That is when I realized that my problems of borderline high cholesterol, weight issues are gone, and many bad fats are gone as well. My candida yeast condition is gone as well. So you see, by cleaning up our gut, we can actually tackle our health conditions. Other gut health supplements from New Life. We have pure castor oil. Pure castor oil is recommended for those who are highly constipated, that even after taking herbal cleanse, they are not able to pass out their bowels smoothly. And then we will recommend castor oil as a first start to remove the bulk of the waste materials, the waste matter that is stuck in the intestine. This is because castor oil is a natural laxative. It also has deworming effect. It is known as the master of detoxification and is used for deep colon detox. I do that once in a week or once in 2 weeks, just to make sure that my colon is thoroughly cleansed and for its deworming effect as well. For those with digestive conditions or those with health conditions, it is good to take PA enzymes, which is 100% plant-based. It contains the complete spectrum of digestive enzymes to absorb the full range of food that we take in. Kids Cleanse is the children's version of Herbal Cleanse to keep our colon clean. It's for children 6 to 12 years old. Now we come to the section on gut food, whereby I will share with you on the benefits of yogurt and how to make your own yogurt. Now, what exactly is yogurt and why do we want to recommend to take yogurt? Yogurt is made by fermentation of milk. It is characterized by its live and active culture, which help to break down lactose as well as casein. And so those who are lactose intolerant can usually take in yogurt with the goodness of milk in there. Yogurt is also pre-digested in that the protein in there, the minerals in there are already digested. So it is easily assimilated into our body. Yogurt also contains a host of friendly bacteria to improve intestinal microbiome balance. And in that way, it helps to boost up our immune system. It helps to relieve constipation and resolve bad breath, bad gas. It helps to regulate the pH balance in our body, as well as promote the absorption of calcium and magnesium. It cures anal itching and yeast infection. It reduces cholesterol, high blood pressure. So you can see that yogurt is indeed your gut power. It benefits you from top to bottom, from inside to out. Now, yogurt is commercially available everywhere in the supermarket. So why do we recommend to make our own yogurt? For those who are familiar with shopping for your yogurt in the supermarket, do you actually look at the label in the yogurt that you buy? Many of them indicate that they are sugar-free, fat-free, etc. But as you look at the label, if you see a long list of that, better avoid it, because that means that there are a lot of artificial flavoring or artificial chemicals in there. And if you look at the live active culture stamp that is stated there at the label, it just means that these cultures are live active at the time of manufacture. However, over the time of transportation and sitting on the shelf, the live active cultures may not be live anymore. On top of that, think about the milk that is used to make the yogurt. If it comes from commercial milk and non-organic milk, it means that the cow that produce the milk are injected with a lot of antibiotics and hormones. Thereby, when we are taking in commercial yogurt with milk that is having a lot of antibiotics and hormones, we are taking this as well, which will upset our gut flora and our immune system. Thus, when you can make your own yogurt, you can be in control, because that means that you are choosing the ingredients that you put in your yogurt, as well as ensuring that it's fresh and it contains live cultures in there. Now, how do we make yogurt? With the new Live Yogurt Maker set, it's really very simple. You just need three items. The yogurt maker here, low-fat milk powder, and yogurt starter. You can take a screenshot of this that shows you at a glance how to make yogurt. Later on, I will show you a video that shows you the step to take in making yogurt. Basically, it's very simple. You just put in a good quality milk powder that is free from hormones and antibiotics, and that is organic and from grass-fed cow. And New Life carries this low-fat milk powder that satisfy all these criteria. Just add in around 300 grams of milk powder into the yogurt maker that contains water, and then add in the sachet of yogurt starter or the culture from the previous yogurt. And then you can top it up with some more water to make 1 liter of yogurt. And then you just switch on the yogurt maker and let the yogurt maker do its job. This takes just like 5 minutes, and you allow the yogurt maker to form the yogurt over a course of around 10 hours. Now I will show you the video of yogurt making. Isn't that simple, making your own yogurt with a yogurt maker? Now you have a tub of fresh yogurt, and it's really up to your creativity to power up your yogurt with nutrients of your own choice, nutrients that you like. And in New Life, we carry raw honey, flaxseed oil, coconut oil that can provide good healthy fats to form a complete meal, as well as nutritional yeast and bee pollen that gives extra antioxidants and B vitamins to form a power-packed meal together with your yogurt. And they are really very tasty. You can top it up with your favorite fruits and nuts as well. These are the various ways that you can eat yogurt, and we have this in our yogurt workshop at New Life office. You can also grab a copy of Food That Fits recipe book that shows you the different ways of eating yogurt, as well as how you can use yogurt in cooking and baking. Yogurt can also be used for your personal care in terms of your skin care. You can use it as a face mask by adding raw honey and lemon or even apple cider vinegar for whitening effect. In fact, I do this once a week. It's really moisturizing. So by this time, I hope you have fallen in love with the idea of making your own yogurt, and I hope that you are inspired to want to do it. Last but not least, before I come to the end of the session, I would like to just bring to your attention the principle of natural healing. And that is inherent in each and every one of us, in our body cells, which is the power cell in our body. Hippocrates says that everyone has a doctor in him or her. We just have to help it in its work. The natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well. So as you can see, we just need to remove what is bad, that is a toxin, put in what is good and natural, the nutrients, and the body will know what to do in its good time to recover and rejuvenate.